Hi everybody, it's Terry Ryder from Hotspotting, bringing you this week's edition of Hotspot of the Week, when we focus on just one location that we think is worthy of attention by real estate consumers. And I'm sort of wondering how many people out there listening and watching have actually heard of Baw Baw Shire, the local government area of Baw Baw, which is in Victoria. Or perhaps you know some of the towns that are a part of that particular local government area, such as Warragul and Drouin, Moe and Trafalgar. So why am I focusing on this rather obscure location as our hotspot of the week? Was because it's one of the most notable population growth areas in Australia, and it's also right now one of the strongest growth property markets in Australia. It's just one of those regional markets that are really coming to the fore in Australian real estate. As we all know, the property markets have wound down in the two major cities, Melbourne and Sydney, but conversely, regional centres in New South Wales and Victoria are cranking up. They're becoming very strong, even as their capital cities get weaker in terms of their property markets. And this one in particular is very, very notable. Baw Baw local government area is a collection of towns which are between 100 and 120 kilometres west and southwest of Melbourne. And it's become a growth area because of affordability, not just for residents seeking cheaper housing, but also for businesses. So the area is quite well connected to Melbourne. It's close to the Western Port, and a lot of businesses have moved down there because the land is cheap and they can set up their premises and their businesses a lot more affordably than if they're in metropolitan Melbourne. And so this area is growing very, very strongly. It's one of the, as I said at the beginning, it's one of the strongest population growth areas in Australia, growing at rates well above average. Currently, this local government area has a population of about 49,000. It's projected by within the next, say, 15 years to reach 76,000. So it's expected to continue to go on growing. It's a very vibrant economy. There's a lot of commercial and industrial activity going on in this area. Key industries include dairy production, meat processing, hydroponics, food processing, manufacturing, construction, and it's thriving to the extent that the unemployment rate in this area is considerably lower than the state average for Victoria. It's only 4.5% according to the latest figures from the Australian Bureau of Statistics. So a thriving economy, a growing area, and more and more people are moving there to live because they can buy a lot more affordably than in Melbourne, but still stay quite connected to Melbourne because it's not far away. And the property market's very strong. Most of the towns in the area have median prices in the 300,000s or ticking over into the low 400,000. So the median price for Trafalgar, 335,000, Longwarry, 380,000, Drouin's 400,000, Warragul's 450,000. Now, there's been some really strong price growth in these locations in the last 12 months. Drouin and Longwarry have each grown their median prices by 13%, but Warragul has been the big market, around 450 house sales in the last 12 months, and the median price has grown 22%. So this is sort of growth that's happening in these areas as a result of the growth trend, the population, all the things I've talked about, the growing and thriving local economy, the growing population, the fact that people are moving out there because the property is cheap both for residents and also for commercial and industrial businesses. So it's become a very, very notable market, and one of many regional locations within reasonable commuting distance, I guess, of metropolitan Melbourne, which are right now amongst the strongest markets anywhere in Australia. So next time you pick up a newspaper, read a headline that prices are falling across Australia, don't believe it, because there's plenty of places where they're not, plenty of locations where they're growing. They just don't happen to be in Sydney or Melbourne. And unfortunately, a lot of our media comes out of those two major cities, and they kind of they tend to ignore the rest of Australia. Well, there's plenty of growth markets, and this is one of them. Towns like Warragul and Drouin in the Shire of Baw Baw in regional Victoria. one to note. If you'd like to know more about it, you can go to the Hotspotting website and you can get the location report on that particular location. And don't forget, tomorrow night is our monthly live Q&A. We have the opportunity throughout an hour or 90 minutes to throw your questions at me, anything to do with residential property, locations you might be interested in, or issues that might be important to you. So that's on tomorrow night at about 7:30 in the eastern states and 5:30 in Western Australia. So look forward to your company then. That's it for now. Terry Ryder from Hotspotting signing off. Talk to you again soon.